Marshall. Bodie had it, lost it, and Kotowitz has it for the Owls, and back comes Marshall dressed in their road black uniforms. They go inside, the pass is tipped away, and a foul called quickly on Eric Fan, who lost the ball, then tried to come back and get it, and picks up the foul.
Fouls on number 21, Eric Fan. That's his first, the team's first.
And when the Owls have gotten into foul trouble this year, they have been in all kinds of difficulties. They pick an early one up there, plus the turnover. Hornets in the backcourt being pressured by Marshall. Up to the forecourt is Hecker with it. Hecker with the dribble in front of Steve Bodie. Bounce pass right-hand side. That's David Garrison. Inside, nice pass to Clint Smith, and he nails it in off the glass. And the big Chillicothe sophomore gets the first two. Here's Bodie running through the lane. They're going to call him for steps. Traveling violation on Steve Bodie. The Owls have touched the ball twice and turned it over both times. Inbounding the ball will be Hecker in the backcourt. Off to Lawson. Lawson up the middle. Up to David Garrison, just a freshman. He's double teamed in the corner. The Owls obviously are going to pressure the ball. Nice pass inside to Smith again. He lays it in off the glass. Chillicothe is beating the double team, and they're getting the ball into the big man, Clint Smith. Here's Eric Fan goes to the hole. Reverse layup, no good. And back comes Chillicothe up early 4-0. Hecker in the corner, left-hand side. Lawson goes inside. Foul called against Kotowitz. Kotowitz has a look on his face like, what did I do?
Fouls on number 32. Scott Kotowitz is first, the team's second.
The Owls are off to a rather slow start, to say the least. Clint Smith will inbound. Looking, gets it into Garrison in the corner. Down low, passes. Well, trying to save the ball back in bounds was Lawson, who nailed it off Kotowitz, but Lawson was standing out of bounds. The ball hit him while he was on the end line, and the Owls get it back. Kotowitz inbounds to Abney. Abney to the forecourt, off to Kotowitz, wing left side. Fan looks inside for Sleeper, nothing doing. Smith is a load inside, and now Fan has the ball tied up by Hecker, and the Owls turn the ball over as on the alternate possession rule. Chillicothe has it because the Owls won the tip. Back down the floor, Hecker off to Clint Smith. He's a big one for a sophomore. Then he throws the ball to an open area, and there's nobody there to catch up to it. Hecker took a swing at it, but the ball was too far in front of him, and the ball was out of bounds in front of the Marshall bench. Chillicothe was sharp in the early going. Now they've been kind of sloppy, and the Owls have been all kind of problems here in the early going. Here's Bodie on a lob pass from Fan, misses everything. Ball tapped up by Sleeper, no good. Kotowitz in the lane, spins, has it taken away by Hecker, but then Bodie gets it back. Out to Abney, goes through the lane. Joe throws up a runner, that won't go down. Rebound by Clint Smith. The Owls' cold shooting from the other night at Kansas City Center has moved a bit northeast and to here to Chillicothe tonight. His Fan almost gets a steal. They're going to say the ball went off a Fan out of bounds, and Chillicothe will inbound. That's Greg Lawson who'll do the honors into Hecker. Hecker, wing left side, that's Lawson. Lawson, long cross-court pass for Garrison. Inside, Smith has it. Clint turns, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound underneath, yeah! Ryan Smith. The Smith boys have set 6 points, no relation. But they've got all 6 points here in this first quarter for Chillicothe. Kotowitz off the Fan. Fan goes wing left. Now they swing it around to Bodie. Bodie off the Sleeper, high post. Good, tough man-to-man Chillicothe off defense here. Fan throws one up from three-point range, no good. Rebound by David Garrison. Garrison off to Hecker against Bodie. Hecker over the timeline on the right with the dribble. Kills it, wing right side off to Garrison. Garrison wants to go down inside to Clint Smith again. This time the ball is knocked away by the Owls, and Chillicothe will inbound to the far side. Hornets don't look like a team that's lost 7 in a row. Skip pass out to Hecker. Hecker inside. That's Brian Smith for a jumper. High post. Gets the roll. Everything going Chillicothe's way. Here's Bodie. Long three-point try by Steve. That's no good. Rebound Sleeper. Tapped out the Fan. Fan. The Kotowitz. to Abney, fakes the three, wants to go inside, penetrates with the left hand, lays it up with the right, too hard off the glass. Ball might have been partially blocked. Abney runs the ball, though, down in the corner for Marshall. Goes back in the paint, puts it up off the glass, count the bucket. Wait a minute. They're going to count the basket. The Owls finally get on the board with 4:40 left to play in the quarter. But I think Sleeper got a foul away from the ball.
Max Sleeper, that's his first, the team's third.
3 team fouls against the Owls. Abney finally gets one to go down. It's 8-2. Back comes the Hornets. Hecker, wing left side, long cross-court pass, stolen away by Abney. Abney 2-on-3 with Bodie, who pull up in the lane for a jumper and hits it.
Joe Abney again.
The Owls get the turnover and get the deuce. They're back within 4 after Chillicothe had an 8-0 lead. Another steal by Abney. Pass to Bodie too far ahead. Abney was off balance and saw Bodie breaking to the hoop. So after the steal, the Owls return the turnover. Both teams have turned the ball over 4 times in the early going. 4:20 left to go, first quarter. Hecker up the court, wing right side. That's Garrison. Now off to Lawson. Down low. Brian Smith had it. Low post. Has to get rid of it. Now they go back inside to Clint Smith over Kodowitz. The Owls are going to have to find a way to keep the ball away from that big man down low. He's hurt the Owls early. Here's Fan going left-hand side. Nowhere to go. Lost the ball. And back comes Chillicothe with a 6-point lead and the Pumpkin. Top of the circle. That's Garrison. Brian Smith has the ball taken away from him by Bodie. Off to Abney. Abney, 3-on-2, cross hands on the dribble. The Bodie loads up for a 3, won't go down. Rebound Kodowitz. Scott working hard. He puts it up. He's stuffed, but a foul is going to be called against Chillicothe, and Kodowitz will go to the line for a couple. Let's see who the foul is against.
25, David Garrison, that's his first.
All the starters for Chillicothe have a 5 as their second numeral, and Smith has a 5 for the front numeral. 55, 45, 35, 25, 15. You get the idea. Marquin Keith will come in for Fan. DeMille Davis also comes in for Abney. Kodowitz from the line hits the first one. Scott gets his first point. He'll get one more from the line. The Owls trail 10-5. Chillicothe's been ahead since the opening bell here. Kodowitz gets the roll on the second. The Owls are down by 4. 3.5 left to play. First quarter. Hecker in the backcourt. Off to Lawson. Up the middle to Clint Smith. Smith goes 6'3" and probably goes about 250 to boot. Here's Hecker in the middle. Smith, high post with Sleeper. Into Lawson. He lost it on the way up, but they get it back down inside. And Lawson lays it up and in. Owls are down by 7 again. Check it by 6. Here's Kodowitz, wing left side, Marquin Keith. He walked. The Owls already have 6 turnovers in the ball game. We've still got 3:04 left to play in the first quarter. Marshall continues to press in the Hornet backcourt. Paid off a couple of times. Here's Hecker. And a quick whistle and a foul called against Marquin Keith.
Foul number 20.
The Owls have picked up 4 early fouls, have 6 turnovers. Consequently, they're down by half a dozen. Inbounding the ball is Greg Lawson against Keith. Now Hecker has it against Marquin. Inside Brian Smith to Clint Smith. Nice pass cross lane. Freshman puts up a shot and in. That's David Garrison. The freshman gets his first 2, and Chillicothe is right now is eating the Owl defense up alive. They're finding the open man and they're moving the ball crisply around the lane. Here's Keith. Long skip pass to Bodie. Bodie out high to Keith for a foul line jumper. Won't go down. Rebound Sleeper in the paint. Max puts it up. That won't go. But he gets his own rebound and puts it up and in. And the Owls are back within 6 again in the backcourt. Chillicothe is able to do a pretty good job against this pressure. Here's Hecker. He's in trouble. Off to Clint Smith. Off to Garrison. Here's Hecker again against DeMille Davis. Garrison, the freshman, off to Lawson. Inside Brian Smith. Back to Hecker for a 3. Count it! He was left alone, and he nailed the tray, and the Owls are down by 9. Here's DeMille Davis trying to go into the middle. Almost lost it. Off to Bodie. Steve pops open for a 3 and nails it. Bodie answers with a 3 for the Owls. Here's Lawson with it. Up to Garrison, forecourt Hecker. One bounce off to Lawson. Inside Brian Smith, high post shot put up, no good. Rebound Kodowitz. Clint Smith was over the back, no call. Coach Kevin Hart wanted a foul, but none was coming. But the Owls do get the ball as the ball went off Smith out of bounds. 17-11, the Owls almost losing on the far side. Markman Keith did lose it. Markman took his eye off the ball on the pass from DeMille Davis. And the Owls cause another turnover. And a lot of them have been of their own doing, not really the Hornets' offense, or rather defense. Here's Hecker in the backcourt, guarded by Keith. Cross-court pass up the middle. Nice play by Kodowitz to deflect a sleeper off to Bodie. Now the Owls get the turnover. Off to DeMille Davis in the corner. To Bodie. Steve's open for another 3. It's short. Rebound in the lane. And they're going to get DeMille Davis for a foul. That's his first. 5 team fouls against Marshall.
Fouls on 0-0
in the first quarter.
His first to Team Smith.
2 more, and Chillicothe will be shooting free throws the rest of the half. And the way these officials are calling things right now, that could be very soon. Chillicothe only 1 team foul. Now the Owls are throwing a little bit different press at Chillicothe. It's a 2-2-1. Gilgore's in the ball game now for the Hornets. David Gilgore, or Kevin Gilgore rather. Kevin is a 5'10 senior. Here's Hecker into the forecourt. Cross-court pass Gilgore. Wing right side. And the ball is lost in the middle as Keith comes up with the turnover for the Owls. Off to DeMille Davis. He almost palmed it. Now we got a blocking foul on the far side against Hecker, right in front of the Chillicothe bench.
Foul number 15, Brian Hecker, his first to Team
New
second.
player in the game besides Gilgore for Chillicothe.
Charlie King, number 51.
Is Mark Bobby.
Senior.
Bobby and a 5'8 juniors in the ball game. Clint Smith comes out of the game. A new player, Charlie King, a 6-foot senior, comes in. So here's Fan from a 3-point try, no good. Rebound tapped up, and out with it comes Garrison. Long pass. Fan gets the steal for the Owls on the other end. Eric just came down with it one hand. Then he loses it. There's a shot put up, no good. Foul called against Fan, and King will go to the line for a couple for Chillicothe. Well, the Owls have 8 turnovers in the first half, in the first quarter. 20 seconds left to play in the quarter, and King will go to the line for a couple. That's 2 fouls on Eric Fan. First shot is short by Charlie King. And another new player in the ball for Chillicothe. No, not yet. Once they hand the ball to the shooter, you can't make any moves. King will try again from the line. This one rolls around, no good. Rebound by Kodowitz, and the Owls, despite being outplayed in the first quarter with a bucket here, can get back within 4 at the quarter break. Here's Abney, far corner, off to Keith. Keith looking inside, nothing doing. Off to DeMille Davis. Davis goes towards the lane, off to Kodowitz. Kodowitz puts it up, no good. Rebound Markman Keith. That goes down for the Owls with just 2 seconds. That ends the quarter. Well, the Owls scrambled, but they're only down by 4 at the quarter break to Chillicothe and Lawson. The Owls get the ball at the start of the quarter. Abney goes baseline, blocking foul against Hecker. That'll be 2 on him. Sure, the Owls would like to get some continuity on offense.
Brian Hecker is second to Team's third.
Here in this second quarter and get a little bit of control of this game. Here's Fan at the top of the circle, off the Bodie. Inside Kodowitz, turns in the lane, has it blocked away, but a foul is called against Greg Lawson.
Fouls on number 35, Greg Lawson, his first to Team's
We're going
fourth.
to be here a while this evening. Where the officials are calling everything that moves out there.
Correction, Hecker. Personal foul is charged to Hecker, number 15.
All the coaches ask is that you be consistent. And to this point, for the most part,
Scott Kodowitz
have
shooting
that.
for the Owls, number 32.
New player in the ball game, David Jensen. So Jensen comes in the ball game now for Chillicothe. Coach Jeff Schnockenberg said he's going to use a lot of players. He wasn't lying. Kodowitz gets one of two to go down. Now we have a turnover in the Chillicothe backcourt. And that's 7 turnovers against the Hornets. The Owls can tie this thing with a 3. Here's Abney directing traffic in the Owl offense. Off to Bodie. Bodie over to Fan. Got a man right in his face. That's King. Fan goes wing left. Now it gives up the basketball to Kodowitz. They swing it back inside to Fan, who lays it up with the left hand. Missed it. And went off Fan out of bounds. Beautiful play by the Owls offensively and a great pass. Just couldn't get the shot down. Back come the Hornets. Still up by 3. Long lead pass to King. He can't quite catch up with it. It goes out of bounds, and Chillicothe now is having a devil of a time getting the ball to the forecourt. Back comes Marshall. Abney to the front court. Wing left. Fan. Way out high, Abney. Off to Bodie. Top of the circle. Holds the ball over his head to Sleeper. Sleeper looks for a cutter inside. Gives the ball to Fan. Fan in the corner to Bodie. Inside, Abney's got a man posted up. Lays it up and in. Abney gets it down. He's got half a dozen. The Owls are down by a point. Under 7 minutes left to play in the half. To the forecourt. That's Jensen. Jensen bounced the ball with the left hand. Almost lost it. Gets it off. Nice shot put up. Nope, go down. And back come the Owls. Abney up to Bodie. Bodie in the middle. Kodowitz fills the lane. Down low to Sleeper. Lays it up from behind his head up off the glass. Well, Marshall's fought back to take a 1-point lead. And I think Coach Jeff Schnockenberg wants to take a timeout. The Owls lead by a point. 6.5 left to go. Very well and help cost them the game. Pass inside. That's Clint Smith. Puts it up and in. I don't know why they ever took him out. He's got 8 points. Up to Bodie. Steve for a 3-point try. Way short. May have been partially tipped. And back comes Garrison with it. Across the timeline. Long lead pass. Clint Smith. Back to Garrison, who fills the lane nicely. Puts it up and in. Check it. That's Lawson with the bucket, not Garrison. Wing left side, Fan. Owls quickly are down by 3 again. Off to Abney. Over to Bodie. To Fan. Man-to-man Hornet defense. Here's Kodowitz. Wing left side. Bodie in the left-hand side of the lane. Fan a shot, no good. Scott Kodowitz working hard underneath. Gets the offensive board and nails it. He's got 5 in the game. The Owls are back within a point. Marshall led briefly, and then Chillicothe after the timeout got 4 straight points. Here's Kodowitz. Long lead pass up to Abney after the steal by Bodie. Joe shoot a 3. No good. Rebound tapped up, and Clint Smith gets it. Now he tries a long lead pass, and Abney steals that. Back up the court to Bodie. He shoots a 3. Short. In the lane, rebound by Smith. Stolen away by Abney, who puts it up and in. 2 Hornets hit the deck. Abney came up with the ball and laid it in off the glass. And now we got a blocking foul across the way on Abney. Maybe Joe just got tired. Stole the pass at one end, took a shot, got a steal, took another shot, got a bucket, now picks up a foul. Now he's going to come out of the game. Eric Fan will also check out. Eric's off to a nice, cold shooting start here at Chillicothe. Meanwhile, David Jensen will shoot 1-1 from the line because the Owls have been fouling all over the place here. And Jensen missed the free throw, and Sleeper gets the rebound from Marshall. Off to Marquin Keith. Keith, left-hand side. His 1-on-1s are great if you can convert them. If you don't, really pay for it later in the game. Here's Bodie. Jensen on him. The Sleeper, top of the circle. The Owls are being patient this time down the floor. Kodowitz drives to the hoop, scoops it up, no good. Clint Smith gets him on the way by for the foul. Kodowitz knew he had a slower man a foot on him. Took him to the hole. Didn't get the bucket, but will go to the line to shoot a couple. And That gives Clint Smith his first foul. The Owls are still 2 fouls away from being in the bonus as far as them shooting 1-and-1s. Kodowitz hits the first one. Scott will get one more from the line. It's up. No good. Rebound by Smith. Smith off to Jensen. Jensen didn't start, but he's played a lot. Here's DeMille Davis picking his pocket at midcourt. The Bodie, 3-on-1, back to Davis, lays it up, count the bucket, and a foul is called on Jensen. Davis picked Jensen's pocket at the midcourt stripe, and then let a 3-on-1 break, got it off the Bodie, and Bodie's returned the pass to Davis just like you're supposed to do it. And DeMille double pumped in the lane, got fouled, and got it in off the window. And the Owls have grabbed a 4-point lead after being down 8-0 and then being down by 9 midway through the first quarter. Free throw by Davis. Off the back iron, no good. Taken down by Fabian. Long lead pass. And they're going to have a walking violation. Steve Bowie did a great job. He set himself up by the Owls where he gave the man Brian Smith, who caught the pass, room to catch the ball. You have to give him a step. But then Smith, as soon as he came down with it, saw he had to change direction or pick up a charge, and he walked. The Owls get yet another turnover against Chillicothe. Here's Fan in the middle. Eric will stop. Off to Keith in the lane. Markman back out to Fan for a jumper. Good. Fan, after a few minutes on the bench, may have gotten the touch back. That's his first 2. The Owls lead by 6. Here's Davis with another steal at the timeline. This time against Mark Fabian. Bounce pass in the Bodie, lays it up with the left hand. Good! And he's fouled on the play by Fabian. Owls have exploded here in the second quarter for 16 points, and Coach Jeff Schnockenberg calls a timeout. And the Owls have built up an 8-point lead. Back to Chillicothe here, and Bodie's at the free throw line and hits the free throw to complete a 3-point play. He's got 6 in the game, and the Owls, after being down by 9 in the first quarter, now lead by 9. Here's the freshman back in the game, David Garrison, off to Lawson. Lawson was inside to Clint Smith. It's knocked away by 2 Owl players, but then right there to get the ball is Greg Lawson after it was saved and bound by Markman Keith. And Chillicothe breaks the Owl run. Marshall is now up by 7. Keith, the Fan in the middle, off to Bodie. Bodie, top of the circle to DeMille Davis. Davis will drive, stops in the lane, off to Keith. He'll drive now, puts it up, no good. Foul called against the Hornets. The Owls are doing a much better job of passing the ball on the interior.
Foul number 35, Greg Lawson, that's his first.
And the Owls are obviously the quicker ball club, at least at this juncture tonight. Foul's going to be on Lawson. That's his first, and that'll put Chillicothe over the limit, so both teams will be shooting 1-and-1 the rest of the half. Markman Keith hits the first one. You're listening to KMMO, AM 1300 Marshall. Pat Duncan with you from Chillicothe. And the Owls have their 9-point lead back as Markman hits them both.
Back in the Marshall lineup, 40, Joe Abney.
And Joe Abney, who has been very active so far for the Owls in this ball game, comes back in with his 8 points. Here's Garrison across the timeline with it. Inside, a shot put up by Brian Smith. Won't stay down. And then on the offensive rebound, that's Greg Lawson with the offensive rebound. He's now got 8 points. Here's Davis to Fan in the middle. Fan will pull up for a long 3 and bottoms it.
Eric Fan for 3.
Eric Fan just stepped up and nailed a tray. Once he gets going, the Owls really seem to turn it on. Here is Smith, top of the circle. Clint Smith tries to go around Kodowitz, bowls him, but a foul's going to be called on Kodowitz for the block.
Foul number 32, Scott Kodowitz.
The basket went in, but it's not going to count. It was
shooting
called a foul before the shot. Smith will shoot a 1-and-1. That's 2 fouls on Kodowitz. The Owls will have to be careful with their fouls here. especially Kotowitz. Clint hits the first one. He'll get one more. He's got 9. Smith is just too big of a wide body for any of the Owls it seems to be able to handle right now. Davis up to Abney, fakes the 3. Fan won't, he'll shoot it. Off the back iron, no good. Whistle and a foul called, and they got Kotowitz underneath. I just mentioned that Scott would have to be careful, and he picks up his 3rd. He'll have to come out of the ball game.
Foul number 32, Scott Kotowitz. That's his 3rd personal.
Sleeper will come back in. Max has 1 foul. Kotowitz comes out. Scott has 6 points. And that'll send Clint Smith back to the line.
Clint Smith shooting for the Hornets, number 55.
Just made a couple of free throws. It's up. Short in the lane. Rebound pulled down by Brian Smith, who puts it up and in. Well, the Owls didn't block out, and Brian Smith gets a free bucket. Fan off to Abney. The Owls had a 10-point lead moments ago. It's down to 6. 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Here's Sleeper to Abney, pulls up, foul line jumper, good. Abney's got 10. The Owls lead again by 8. To the forecourt, that's Mark Fabian against Demille Davis. Davis has been good with the sleight of hand tonight. He's already got a couple of steals. Inside, here's Smith again for a shot. No good. Shot put up by Lawson. That won't go down. Clint Smith again in the middle. Misses the 3rd try. Chillicothe battling. Out with it comes Fan for the Owls. 3-on-1. Fan gives it up to Bodie. He trips, but is able to get the ball off the Fan. And Steve may have hurt an ankle. He's trying to run it off as it gets back down the floor. The Owls get the bucket on the other end. Fan has 7 points. Marshall leads by 10 again. In the middle, Fabian. Nice pass inside to Lawson, who lays it in off the glass. Lawson was left all alone on the weak side. He's got 10. There's Abney going baseline. Reverse layup, puts it up, doesn't get the roll. Rebound by Lawson. Off to Garrison, the freshman's back in the game. To Fabian. Almost has it stolen away in front of the Owl bench by Abney. And Marquin Keith's going to come back in the ball game, and Fan will come out. Chillicothe trying to get this thing back down to 6. Here's Clint Clint Smith. I knew I was going to say it before the night was over. Here's Garrison with a Lawson with a shot, and he hits the 3 points. 13 points for Lawson. He's got Chillicothe back within 5. Here's Sleeper against Smith. Turns, puts it up. No good. Nice move by Mack. Just too hard on the shot. And back comes Greg Lawson. Lawson with a left-hand dribble to the forecourt. Holds the ball way over his head. Inside, Brian Smith, top of the circle. The Fabian, the Hornets with 25 seconds. Looks like they're going to play for 1. And they've cut a 10-point Owl lead down to 5. Here's Garrison. Wing left side out to Fabian. Demille Davis on him. Fabian dribbles to the top of the circle. Off to Lawson. Inside, Clint Smith turns, puts it up. No good. Foul called against the Owls. Max Sleeper can't believe it.
Foul number 50, Max Sleeper.
And that'll send Smith to the line with 6 seconds left to play in the half.
Shooting for Chillicothe, Cliff Smith, number 55.
And Smith will shoot a 1-and-1 here. Misses it. Rebound Marquin Keith.
Lane violation on Marshall.
And apparently the Owls were in the lane too early. So Chillicothe has another crack at it here. Well, now the officials are going to talk it over. I think the officials are trying to figure out whether it was a 1-and-1 or was it 2 shots. I would think it would have to be 2 shots because Smith was fouled in the act of shooting. So he missed the first one, and they need to put some time back on the clock. But they don't do it. Smith's second one is good. Keith wants to inbound, does so to Sleeper, to Davis. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Davis, a three-pointer. No good, tapped up, and that ends the first half. Well, the first quarter belonged to Chillicothe. Will inbound to start this second half, but they throw the ball away as they try to go cross-court on the inbounds, and it was thrown away, and Kotowitz gets the steal for Marshall. The Owls lead by 4 to start this half, looking for number 10 on the win column this year. Here's Bodie, holds the ball high over his head, out to Sleeper. Man-to-man Hornet defense. Kotowitz trying to post up Brian Smith down low. He's too well guarded. Here's Sleeper on the other side, though. Gets away from Clint Smith and lays it up and in. Sleeper with half a dozen. The Owls lead, and now we got a stoppage. As we mentioned, this is court warming this evening, and we got a couple of the contestants getting a little too near to the inbounds area, so they had to move those away. Now we're back to action. Almost over and back against the freshman Garrison. Going to the lane with it is Clint Smith. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound by Kotowitz. Foul called against Brian Smith, who tried to push off underneath and get some position. Kotowitz was already there and got the rebound. He was fouled from behind.
Number 45, Brian Smith. That's his first.
And Marshall gets the ball back. Here's Abney. Across the timeline to Bodie. Bodie to Abney to Kotowitz. Top of the circle. Has the ball slapped away, stolen away. Not a good pass. There goes Lawson against Abney. And Lawson hits the deck. Abney got a hand in to try and get the ball and picks up his second foul.
Foul on number 40, Joe Abney. That's his first. The team's first.
Well, the Owls weren't very careful with the ball on that occasion. Lawson would try to go coast to coast with it. He'll shoot 2 from the line. He's got 13 points in the game to lead all scores. First one, good. This kid's just a junior. He's averaging only 12 points a game, but he's blowing that out of the water tonight. Second one, good again. And back come the Owls with their 4-point lead. 7 minutes up to play, third quarter. Sleeper spins on Smith, puts up the shot, too hard, no good. Tried to get his own rebound, lost it. Then Fan runs it down in front of the Owl bench, but then he lost it. And Chillicothe can get a little closer. Inbounding the ball will be Lawson. Gets it into Brian Smith, back to Lawson to the front court. Lawson kills the dribble in front of the Chillicothe bench. Now top of the circle off to Hecker, who will dribble on Bodie, top of the circle. He stops, bounce pass, high post to Clint Smith against Sleeper. Takes a dribble to the baseline. Now he's cut off, double team. Back inside Brian Smith for a short jumper, no good. Rebound Sleeper. Beautiful outlet pass to Bodie against Hecker, lays it up, no good. Rebound by Fan, that's tipped up, no good. The Owls blow a layup, and back comes Chillicothe. Top of the circle, Hecker has it. Hecker against Bodie. Wing right side, Lawson. Inside Clint Smith, over Sleeper, count it. He's got 13 points. The Owl lead is only 2. Fan goes to the hole, lays it up and in off the glass.
Harry Fan.
Fan's got 9. The Owls regain their 4-point lead. Here's Garrison in the backcourt, the freshman being hounded by Fan, gets away. Lawson had to kill the dribble in the backcourt, but Hecker came back to help out and get the pass to the front court area against Bodie. Wing right side, Lawson. They clear out a side for him. Now they go inside to Brian Smith against Kotowitz. Good D by the Owls junior. Back inside to Brian Smith. Kotowitz got 3 fouls on him, but Smith won't take him to the hole. Down inside again, tipped away by Kotowitz. Good defense by the Owls. Out to Bodie, to Abney, 2-on-1. Abney drives right around Garrison, missed the layup. Rebound by Kotowitz, he's hammered by Brian Smith. Well, the Owls have missed a couple of layups here in the last couple of moments. Kotowitz will try and hit a couple from the line.
Fouls on Brian Smith, number 45. That's his second.
So Brian Smith has 2 fouls. Hecker has 2. Those are the only 2 fellows for Chillicothe in any kind of foul trouble. Kotowitz at the line now for Marshall has 3. Fan has 2. Abney has 2. Kotowitz free throws way short. Scott will get 1 more. And try and build on this Marshall 4-point lead. Good one tonight from Chillicothe. Kotowicz hits the second one. He's got 7. The Owl lead is 5. Garrison in the backcourt to Lawson. He'll try and bring it up against Adney. Now he kills the dribble off to Garrison. Garrison gets across the timeline. He's got Fan hounding him on his hip off to Clint Smith way out high. Back downstairs Lawson against Adney. Cross court, Bryant Smith's left. Oh! Here's Fan driving left-hand baseline. Shot put up, no good. Rebound tapped up. Sleeper has it in the lane, puts it up. Count the bucket, and a foul is called against the Hornets. That's just plain persistence by Sleeper and the Owls. Max was able to wrestle the ball away from a couple of Chillicothe players and then just kind of muscled it up. Got it going off the back of the iron. And the foul is called against David Garrison, the freshman. Sleeper's got 8 points in the game. Max will try and complete the 3-point play. Free throw is up, rolls around, no good. Back comes Chillicothe, down by 5. Here's Hecker to the forecourt against Bodie. Hecker, wing right side, off to Garrison. Garrison against Fan. Off to Hecker. Hecker inside, a shot put up by Lawson, no good. Rebound by Abney. Abney lead pass to Fan. Fan takes it on the run, lays it up, no good. Fan was out of control, and the Owls miss another layup. Here's Clint Smith the other way. He lays it up, no good against Marklin Keith. Tries again, this time he gets it down. Well, the Owls blow the layup, and then they don't get back down the floor on the other side. Marshall wants to call a timeout. Marshall. Bodie will inbound into Kotowicz, back to DeMille Davis. Davis provided a spark for the Owls in that second quarter when they came back to take the lead. Here's Abney, wing left side Davis. Davis takes one dribble, goes towards the lane off to Bodie. Foul line jumper, Steve is off the mark. Rebound tapped up by Sleeper. Max couldn't quite get a handle on it. Back comes Lawson. Lawson against Bodie over the timeline. Kills the dribble. About 25 feet away from the bucket. Hands the ball off to Hecker. Behind the back around Davis. In the lane. Blocked from behind by DeMille Davis. And then a foul is called on Hecker. What a defensive play by DeMille Davis. He blocked the shot from behind. And Hecker's momentum after missing the shot went into an Owl player, and the Owls get the call on Hecker. And that's 4 fouls on Brian Hecker. And he'll have to sit down, and that's a big play. That'll bring in Fabian. And he's not quite the ball handler or the shooter that Hecker is. Here's Davis, goes towards the paint, puts up a runner, shot put up, no good. Rebound taken out by Lawson. Lawson's all over for this Hornet ball club. Over the line on the left, kills the dribble off to Fabian. Fabian holds the ball out high. Garrison down low. Clint Smith turns on Sleeper. Back out to Lawson for a jumper. He hits it! Lawson's got 17. Owl lead is only a point. Abney slows things down. Wants to drive on Lawson. Does so. Inside the Sleeper is left alone. Puts it up and in. Excellent play by the Owl junior, Joe Abney. Back comes Fabian. Between 2 defenders. Runs down the lane, throws it up and gets the roll. Fabian gets his first 2. Back comes Davis quickly for the Owls. Off to Abney. Open for a tray. That one won't go down. Rebound underneath. We got a whistle. And if that's Kotowicz, that's 4 on Scott. They're going to say Scott threw an elbow to get position.
Foul on number 32, Scott Kotowicz. That's his 4th.
He'll have to come out of the ball game, and that's going to hurt the Owl defense, to say the least. Abney will also come out of the game.
And 21, Eric Fan.
And Fan will come back in, along with Marklin Keith. Chillicothe can take the lead here with a bucket. Here's Lawson to Garrison. The Owls are in a zone. Lawson, wing left side, drives baseline against Sleeper, puts up the shot. This time he missed it. Rebound comes out to Bodie. Bodie, 2-on-2 with Fan, off the Fan, wing left side, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Brian Smith. Long lead pass to Clint Smith, who's ahead of the break but has to hold up. Off to Fabian, fakes the jumper just inside the 3-point line, wing right. Now off to Garrison. Down inside, Brian Smith turns, no good. Rebound by Sleeper as he and Marquand Keith collided, but the Owls come up with it. Here's to Mill Davis. Off to Bodie. Bodie goes baseline right, lays it up and in. Bodie with a little hesitation move and got around Clint Smith and laid it in off the glass, and the Owls lead by 3 again. 1:40 left to play in the quarter. Top of the circle, Lawson. Brian Smith, high post, down low, Clint Smith. Into Garrison, who is hammered by Bodie. Oh, the Hornets threw that ball around like it had a string on it. Bodie picks up the foul. That's his first. And that's a good foul. I mean, you got a guy who's going to go for a layup. He went for the ball. There's nothing intentional about it.
Shooting 2.
First shot up. Good. The freshman's averaging 9 a game. He's got 3. He'll get 1 more from the line. 1:33 left to play in this quarter. Hits them both. The Owl lead is a point. DeMille Davis streaks to the forecourt. Dribbles the ball off his foot, but Bodie picks it up about 25 feet away from the bucket. Off to Davis. Davis pounds the ball onto the floor, hands it off to Bodie, guarded by Fabian. Fabian slapped it out of his hands, but Bodie recovers. To Davis in the corner against Lawson. Top of the circle, Fan. Eric for a three-pointer. Count it!
A 3 for Eric Fan.
Fan's got a dozen. The Owls lead by 4 again. That's the lead they had at the halftime break. A minute left to play in the quarter. Fabian dribbling out high. Gets the return pass. Now almost throws the ball away. They're going to say Lawson touched it last. On the far side as he and Bodie went for it. Fabian's pass was wide of Lawson. They got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. The Owls under a minute left to play in the quarter. Bodie again goes baseline. This side hands it off to Sleeper. Max missed it. Rebound pops out. It's a big scramble. Then Keith lost it in the middle. He tried to hit a player cutting through. I think he didn't see anybody there. There's a shot put up by Brian Smith. That won't go down. And then Marquand Keith comes down and atones for the error as he comes down and gets a rebound for Marshall. I think Marquand thought he saw Marshall flare out of the corner of his eye. Tried to pass it to him, but there was nobody there but white shirts for the Hornets. Foul is on David Garrison. That's his 3rd. Abney pops back into the ballgame for Marshall. The Owls, let's see if they take the air out of it here the last 38 seconds of this quarter. They're going to pull out the Chillicothe offense. Bodie dribbles between 2 men, goes to the lane, off the Sleeper, back to Davis. To Abney. The Owls trying to run this spread game here and play for 1. They're up by 4, 53-49. We're inside 15 seconds left to play in the quarter. Let's see who's going to take the ball. Here's Abney. Abney to Davis. Davis. Couple of dribbles. To Bodie. Open. Top of the circle for a jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound tapped around. Lawson has it. 2 seconds left in the quarter. To Smith. And that ends the quarter. Well, the Owls didn't get it down. They didn't give the Hornets a chance. Who also has 4. Kotowitz. Or rather, Bodie inbounds for Marshall to Fan. The Owls moving from right to left in this 4th and final period. 53-49. Here's Abney. Wing right side, holds the ball high over his head. Off the Fan. Over to Bodie. Bodie, top of the circle, Abney. Off to Davis. Man-to-man Hornet defense. They've been in this defense throughout the game. Davis wants to drive on Fabian. Does so. Blocking foul against Fabian. Well, let's see who they called it on. I don't think it was Fabian. Yeah, it was, too.
Foul on number 41, Mark Fabian. That's his 2nd. The team's 6th.
That's 2 on him. 16 fouls against the Hornets, so the Owls will be shooting free throws the rest of the way on the next Hornet foul. Inbounds pass to Davis. Off to Abney, top of the circle. Working against Brian Smith. Over to Davis, top of the circle, Bodie. The Owls are being patient. Here's Sleeper, pops out for a pass to Davis against Fabian. Off to Abney. Abney looks like he wants to drive. He does to the lane, puts up a shot, short, tough shot. Fan with the offensive rebound, hits it from the baseline.
Eric Fan.
Fan's got 14. 7 in this half. Wing right side, Fabian. Again, the Owls throw up some pressure in the front court, rather in the back court for Chillicothe. Fabian almost lost it against Davis. Now he's pushing off. They're going to get Davis on the foul. That'll be 14 fouls against Marshall.
Foul on double zero. Davis, DeMille Davis is second, the team's fourth.
Davis looked like he had pretty good position, but the official didn't see it that way. And Chillicothe inbounds, down by 6, just under 7 minutes left to play in the ball game. Wing left side, Garrison. The freshman off to Fabian. Baseball pass to the wing to Lawson. Lawson to Fabian in the top of the corner, top of the circle. Inside, Clint Smith. Double team to Brian Smith, high post, off to Garrison. Garrison to Fabian. To Garrison. The Owls are all spread out in this zone. Here's Lawson. They're swinging around to Garrison again. Garrison takes a dribble. Over the side to Lawson. He's open. Takes a baseline jumper from 10. Missed it. Rebound by Bodie. Lawson may have cooled off for Chillicothe here between quarters. Here's Abney. Off to Bodie. Bodie directing traffic with the left hand. Gets the ball to DeMille Davis. Davis pounds the ball on the floor with the left hand. Then holds it up and gives it back to Bodie. Bodie holds the ball high over his head to Fan. Fan in three-point land. Doesn't even look at the bucket. Over to Abney. Off to Bodie in the corner. The Owls with a 6-point lead are content just to run the offense, run some clock, and look for a Chillicothe mistake defensively. Here's Bodie, the Fan, high post, wants to drive, off to Davis. Davis has Fabian on him, over to Abney. The Fan, the sleeper, he'll go down the lane. Max lays it up and in.
Max Sleeper.
Sleeper's got 10. The Owls executed that beautifully. They ran some time off the clock and got a layup. Here's Clint Smith. Top of the circle, Fabian. Wing right side, Lawson. The Owls want to keep a hand in his face. Lawson at the three-point line. Off to Fabian, over to Garrison. Inside pass, Brian Smith. Back out to Garrison for a 3. That one won't go. Lawson, though, gets the offensive rebound, but the official says it hit or it grazed one of the tension pipes above the basket standard, and that constitutes the ball going out of bounds. The team that shot it. And the Owls will get the ball back with an 8-point lead and 5:15 left to go, and Scott Kotowitz comes back in the game. 4 fouls in all. Here's DeMille Davis. Joe Abney is the player sitting out for the moment. Here's Bodie. Off to Sleeper to DeMille Davis. The Fan, top of the circle. Let's see if the Owls are patient again. Fan does get a layup opportunity, missed it. Sleeper on the offensive glass, no good, but a foul's called against the Hornets. That foul is going to be on Lawson. That's his
35, Greg Lawson.
Second.
First goal is second.
Sleeper will be at the line for a couple.
For the Owls, number 50, Max Sleeper.
Marshall's trying to pull away here in the fourth quarter. First one, short.
Kevin Kilgore checks in for the Hornets.
Max having a good night underneath for the Owls. He hits the second of the 2 free throws.
Joe Abney, 40, will check in for Marshall.
Max has 11 points, so he will sit down, and Joe Abney comes back in. And back comes Fabian. Kevin Kilgore is also back in the ball game for the Hornets. Saw some action in the first half. Now a foul by Abney. Abney went for a loose ball. Fabian sort of missed-dribbled, and that gave Abney the opportunity to go after the ball in front of the Hornet bench, and he and Fabian collided, and Abney picks up the foul. That's his third. And the inbound pass comes to Mark Fabian. Out high, they swing it around. That's Garrison in the corner. Clint Smith, who has been really shut off in this second half. Here's Fabian, top of the circle. Down inside. Garrison takes a jumper from 12 feet side of the lane, no good. Foul called. I think they're going to call it on Bodie.
Foul number 15, Steve Bodie.
That's his second. That's 16 fouls against Marshall. Lawson, I didn't think he'd be out very long. Brian Smith is the man that takes a seat on the bench, and next to Coach Jeff Schnockenberg. Schnockenberg, a graduate of Smith Cotton High School in Sedalia, played a year of college ball at Southwest Baptist. The inbounds pass to Fabian, and he nails it. That's 4 points for Fabian. The Owl lead is 7. Midway now through the fourth quarter. Marshall leads 58-51. The Owls are going to pull out the Chillicothe defense here. Off to Bodie. Both teams, or the Owls at least, are in the bonus situation, so if they're fouled, they'll go to the line, and that may be something Chillicothe is going to have to do. And the Owls are going to be forced to make their free throws, it looks like, to seal this one away if Chillicothe does indeed want to come out and foul. Here's Abney in the middle, double team. Off to DeMille Davis. Clock is now run down to 3.5 minutes left to play. The Owls started this with about 4:10 left. To Abney. Faked the pass inside. Now he's double teamed. Off to DeMille Davis. Clint Smith on him. Davis goes down the lane. Off to Bodie. Bodie. Off to Abney. Coming up on 3:15. You can hear the Chillicothe crowd does not like this offense the Owls have employed. Down low to Fan on a pass from Abney. Lays it up and in. Abney dribbled around out the top, and Fan got loose for a layup underneath. Eric's got 16. Wing left side. Top of the circle, back up to Fabian. To Lawson, open for a three. That one knows good. Rebound by DeMille Davis. The Owls got a 2-on-1. Davis gets it off the Fan, lays it up, left hand, no good. Rebound Scott Kodowitz, he's hammered. And the Owls have a 9-point lead with 2:41 left to play. That time the Owls had the numbers and ran their break. Davis gave the ball to Fan, who missed the layup, but then there was Scott Kodowitz hustling down the floor to clean up the garbage.
He will go for the shooter. Scott Kodowitz shooting for the Owls.
Didn't get it down, but he'll go to the line to shoot two, and the foul is on Lawson. That's his third. Kodowitz misses the first one.
Please do not throw any coins or any other objects onto the plane or surface.
Kodowitz will get one more. 2:41 left to play in the game. This one isn't over with yet. Second one short. The Owls missed them both. And Brian Smith gets the rebound, and back comes Chillicothe down by 9. In the lane, the pass is stolen away by Bodie. Bodie 2-on-3, didn't have the numbers, and then he'll hold up with it. And the Owls again will go into their layup game. Bodie off to DeMille Davis. Davis in the corner. To Abney. Abney dribbles to the inside, but now he has to go back out to Davis. Davis near the timeline with it in the forecourt. Goes towards the foul line. Dribbles back outside. Abney. Chillicothe needs to foul. They aren't doing so, and finally, I think Fabian takes a swipe at DeMille Davis, and he'll shoot 1-and-1 from the line.
Fouls on Mark Fabian, number 41. That's his third personal.
That's 3 on Fabian.
Also, Keith will check in for the Owls. Hecker for Chillicothe.
Marquin Keith comes back in the ball game for Marshall.
Davis, double zero, shooting 1 plus the bonus.
And Max Sleeper's back in. First one for Davis, rolls around, falls through. DeMille has 3 points on the night. He's played very well for the Owls tonight. Had a couple of steals, had a block shot at a critical point in the second half. Misses the second free throw. This one's tapped up by Keith, no good. A whistle underneath. Foul called against Sleeper. And that'll put the Owls over the limit, and the Hornets will walk back the other way, and they'll shoot 1-and-1.
Fouls on number 50, Max Sleeper. That's his third.
So Davis made 1 of 2 from the line.
Team 7. The Owls now over the limit. Shooting for Chillicothe, number 51.
The Owls are 10 of 20 from the free throw line tonight. But they've got a 10-point lead. And things are looking good for the visitors here at Chillicothe. Charlie King is a young man at the line. Missed the free throw, but Lawson got the rebound and put it back up and in. Back comes DeMille Davis. Off to Bodie. Under 2 minutes left to play in the game. Bodie to Marquin Keith. Foul called against Charlie King. Marquin will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Pretty soon the Owls are going to have to start making these, or else Chillicothe can get right back into this ball game.
Shooting for the Owls, Martin Keith, number 20.
The Owls have been 1 of 4 down the stretch with their free throws. Let's see if Keith can nail a couple here and shut the door on a Chillicothe comeback. He hits the first one. Marquand is 3 of 3 from the line. He's got 5 points. The Owls have gotten good production from their bench players, Keith and Davis, tonight. Not so much point-wise, although Marquand has 6 and Davis has 3, but they play a good floor game, good defense. Fan comes back in for Keith and nails the 2 free throws. And again, it's a 10-point Marshall advantage. Inside the pass, and a foul called against Sleeper. As Max was out of position, tried to jump back into position and picked up the foul. And Gilgore will go to the line to try and score his first points of the night. It'll be a 1-and-1. That's 4 fouls on Sleeper. First one by Gilgore is short, but he gets his own rebound in the lane, puts it up off the glass, no good, and Max gets that next rebound for Marshall. Sleeper in the backcourt. Chillicothe wants to foul somebody, and finally they do, and the foul is going to be on, I think, Gilgore.
Foul on number 43, Kevin Gilgore.
Gilgore picks up the foul. That's his first, and they'll walk the other way.
25, David Garrison will check back in.
And Bodie, who
55, Cliff Smith.
along with Marquand Keith, are probably the best free throw shooters the Owls have.
Steve Bodie, 15, shooting for the Owls. Shooting 1 plus the bonus.
Along with Abney. Go to the line to try and pad this Marshall 10-point lead. First one off the back iron, no good. And then Bodie comes running through the lane, and the Owls have done something in the last 15 seconds that Coach Kevin Hart can't be very pleased about. He wants to call a timeout and talk about it. Every time you stop the clock and you put people on the line with a 10-point lead,
Charlie King, 51, shooting for the Hornets.
King will be at the line for a 1-and-1 for Chillicothe. First one is good. They've given the fans here, not all of them, but they've been throwing some miniature red balls, basketballs up into the crowd. King hits the second one. Let's hope they don't wind up on the floor. And a foul is called, I think, against the... Nope. The Owls call a timeout as soon as they... And then Missouri Tiger basketball on Sunday afternoon, 2:45 the pregame from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Jamil Davis will inbound for Marshall, gets it into Bodie. He lost it. Rebound shot put up by Gilgore. It's good. It's a 6-point Marshall lead. Now Davis, a long lead pass to Fan. Fan takes it up, and I think they're going to count the bucket, and a foul is called from behind against Charlie King.
Fouls on number 51, Charlie King.
Well, the Owls turn the ball over, but then they get one back, and they'll go to the line.
Fan will shoot 1.
Try and go back up by 9 points.
And Keith back in.
Sleeper and Davis come out. Keith and Kotowitz back in for Marshall.
Immediately following this game, the king and queen of the
And 18 points in the ball game. Make it 19.
3-point play for Van.
That's a big play for the Owls. Chillicothe comes right back down, though. A minute 10 left to play in the game. Lawson inside. Garrison, the freshman, turns, spins a one-hander off the glass, no good. Rebound and a whistle. Foul called against Marquand Keith. That's his second foul.
Fouls on number 20.
But again, it will send a Chillicothe man to the free throw line. This time Kevin Gilgore.
Kevin Gilgore shooting for Chillicothe.
The Owls lead by 9. A minute 3 left to play in the ball game. Free throw rolls around, no good in the lane. A whistle. Foul called against Chillicothe. They'll walk the other way to shoot free throws.
Fouls on number 35, Greg Lawson. That's his 4th personal.
Lawson picks up his 4th. with 1:03 left to play in the game.
Cliff Smith back in for the Hornets.
Unless something really weird happens here, the Owls are going to be 10-6 on the season. And we'll go into conference play next Tuesday night at Moberly on a winning note. We'll have that ball game for you on KMMO AM 1300. The Owls at Moberly to take on the Spartans. Start the North Central Missouri Conference season, and that's going to be another tough season in the conference. Free throw by Fan is no good. Back down with it comes the Hornets. Here is Gilgore off to Clint Smith, who tries a three and hits it. Holy smoke! Smith hits a three-pointer, and Chillicothe calls a timeout. Wait a second. We got a technical foul. Technical foul for whatever reason. Abney hits the first free throw on the technical. The explanation that I think I'm getting from what I can try and read the lips of one of the officials with Lawson, Abney hits both of free throws on the technical, that Lawson knocked the ball away from the inbounds man, and that is a technical foul, so it wasn't anything he did or said to one of the officials. But that gives Lawson 5 fouls because the technical counts as a personal this year in high school basketball, one of the rule changes. And he's out. He's out of the ball game. With 19 points on the night. And now Chillicothe gets a timeout. Owls inbound to Bodie. 50 seconds left to play in the game. We have a foul called against Charlie King. That'll send Bodie to the line with 48 seconds left.
Foul to number 51, Charlie King. That's his fourth.
Charlie King has not logged a lot of minutes tonight, but he's got 4 fouls. Coming in the ball game is Brian Smith, the junior.
Sleeper 50 will check in.
Sleeper will also come in. Fan comes out.
Steve Bodie shooting.
Bodie will try and hit a 1-and-1. First one. Good. Steve hits this one. That'll just about ice it. And then Chillicothe will need 4 possessions. And Bodie does get it to Cry in there, hung on the rim and fell through.
Number 20. Keith back in for the Owls.
Steve, after missing Tuesday night's game with the flu bug, comes back strong tonight with 10 points. Here's Hecker back in the ball game now with his 4 fouls for the Hornets. Here's Clint Smith, the Gilgore, off the King, drives the lane, puts it up off the glass, too hard. Rebound underneath, Sleeper had it, and a foul called against King. That's 5. He's gone. So the second Chillicothe player to foul out tonight.
Charlie King, that's his 4th personal.
Well, they had said 4 a moment ago. And they're saying 4 again. A second life for Charlie King. Sleeper, meanwhile, has 1-and-1 at the line. Rolls around, gets it to go down. Max will get one more. He got a dozen points on the night. This is one of the better performances for Max this season. He and Kotowitz have had to really hold the fort down low for the Owls all year, having to play against bigger players just about every night. Chillicothe brings the ball up. That's Hecker. Hecker into the forecourt. Off to Garrison for a long 3-point try. No good. Rebound. That's King again. Puts it up. Won't go down. Rebound Kotowitz. I think now we may have had the 5th foul, or it may be on Hecker.
Foul number 51, Charlie King.
They got Charlie this time.
David Jensen, 13, will check in.
Charlie King, he may have had 5, he may have had 6, but whatever the deal is, he's gone. And Kotowitz will go to the line for a 1-and-1 for Marshall. The Owls will go to 10-6. And Chillicothe, after starting off at 5-2, will go to 5-10. And they'll have an 8-game losing streak in January as The calendar turns over to February tomorrow. Kodowicz for a 1-and-1 try. Hits the first one. Scott has been living at the line. 6 of 11 from the stripe. He's got 8 points on the night. Second free throw won't go down. Rebound underneath. Aaron Copeland in the game for the Owls, along with Fitzgerald and also Brad Ewart. So the Owls have got some new faces in there. There's a three-point try put up, no good. Fabian in the lane, back out to Jensen for another shot. That won't go down. Copeland has it for Marshall. Copeland across the timeline, triple team, gets it off to Fitzgerald. He'll shoot a foul line jumper, banks it off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, he's hammered. With the clock showing half a second. Clock here at Chillicothe is one of those that goes to the 10th of a second. And that's what we've got left here, 4/10 of a second. And Brad Fitzgerald will try and get on the board for the Owls. One of the JV players hits the first one.
Fitzgerald shooting.
It's Brant Fitzgerald. I think I said Brad a moment ago. He hits them both, and that ought about do it. Fabian sends a rocket to the far end from about 90 feet away and almost took the head off of some of the cheerleaders. Kaysen. Ball is tipped in the air, and Sleeper gets it for the Owls off the Bodie. Marshall starts off moving left to right in their road black uniforms, red numerals. Moberly in their blue and white home uniforms. Down low, Sleeper gets the pass and gets it up and in off the glass. Pass was just lobbed right in over Carl Asbury, and the Owls get on the board 2-0. To the forecourt comes Moberly. Inside, Kaysen puts up a tough shot, no good along the side. Air ball taken down by Kodowicz. Off the Bodie, and the fan off his hand. And I think they're going to say it went off a Spartan player and then fan's hand and out of bounds. And the Owls turn the ball over. And Moberly gets it back. We played 30 seconds. Marshall leads 2-0. In the backcourt, Giovanni off to Justin Dooley. Dooley was not supposed to start, but is in the ball game. Here's Kaysen, got a bounce pass in the lane and then took steps, turned the ball over. Kodowicz will inbound for Marshall. Up to Abney. Abney, forecourt pass to Bodie, holds the ball, wing right side off to Abney, top of the circle. Kodowicz. Over to Fan, down low again, another lob inside the Sleeper, puts it up and in. Right now, Sleeper owns Carl Asbury, and it's a 4-0 ball game. Here's Kaysen to the forecourt. Kaysen, top of the circle, that's Giovanni, holds a finger in the air and looks inside, nothing doing. The Owls in a 2-1-2 zone, it looks like, here in the early going. Here's Giovanni, wing right side off to Dooley. Dooley to Giovanni, top of the circle, launches a long jumper off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Kodowicz. The Owls have everything going their way to this point. Bodie for a three, pulls up, no good. Rebound by Kaysen. High for the rebound over Sleeper. Back off to Dooley to Giovanni, top of the circle. Giovanni in the lane, the left-hand dribble, throws it off to Kaysen. And ball was out of bounds. Giovanni thought it went off an Owl player, and I think it did too, but neither of the officials saw it. And back comes Marshall. Abney to Fan for a long three-pointer. Count it! And the Owls are off and running here. They lead 7-0. We've played nearly 2 minutes here in the first quarter from Moberly. To the forecourt with it is Pat Conaway. Conaway back off of Giovanni. He almost lost it. Recovers it near the timeline. Off the Dooley in the corner, Kaysen. Kaysen in the middle. Giovanni bounce pass to the three-point line for a Conaway three-point try. No good. Rebound tapped out to Giovanni. Inside Kaysen. Puts it in off the glass. No good. Missed the layup, and Kodowicz gets the rebound for Marshall. Abney to Fan. Fan will drive to the hoop. Now he's cut off by Giovanni. Good defense by the sophomore. And now they got a push in the lane against Moberly away from the ball. Kaysen had a chance to get the Spartans on the board, but he blew an easy one inside. And Bodie will inbound for the Owls. A group of Spartan fans across the way are standing up apparently until Moberly scores a point. There may be a while. Here's the inside pass on the inbounds to Sleeper. And Max on the second try gets it down. He's fouled to boot. The basket and one for Sleeper, and the Owls have built up an early 9-0 advantage over the Spartans. Max will get one from the line. That foul was on Giovanni. That's his first. Free throws by Sleeper is good. Max has got 7 points early in the ball game. He's averaging about 10. Left side off to Giovanni. Inside pass, nice to Kaysen, but he couldn't hang on to it. Now he recovers it in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Sleeper. Outlet pass, Abney. 3-on-2. Abney to Fan, left-hand side of the lane. Jumper, good. The Owls are up 12-0. Now here's a steal in the front court. Kotowicz to Abney for a three-pointer. No good. Rebound by Giovanni, and back come the Spartans. Moberly's at the score. We've got 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. 12-0 Marshall. Inside, Kaysen's alone again. That's a third layup he's missed, and he gets his own rebound and puts it up and in. And back come the Owls. Here's Fan, wing left side. Off to Abney and three-point line. They swing it off to Bodie. Bodie dribbles top of the circle against Conaway with the left hand. Sleeper comes out to get a pass against Asbury. Man-to-man Moberly defense. Now here's Fan popping open to the foul line, and Eric drills the J. He's got 7. The Owls lead 14-2. 4.5 left to go. First quarter. Doolittle off to Conaway. Here's a steal now by Bodie in the forecourt. Off to Abney. Baseball pass to Joe. Lays it up. Too hard off the glass. No good. But Kotowicz trailing the play. Tried to follow and got a foul over the back of Conaway. That's the first foul against Marshall. 2 against Moberly. Owls have built up a 14-2 lead midway through the first quarter. Giovanni in the backcourt. Off to Kaysen. New player in the ballgame for Moberly. That's Scott Palmer, who was scheduled to start. He gets a shot down low. It's blocked by Fan. Back come the Owls. Here's Bodie to the forecourt. Bodie, wing left side. Back off the Fan. Three-point line jumper from the top of the circle. No good. Foul underneath against Marshall. I think against Kotowicz, that's his second. So Palmer, who was scheduled to start, is inserted in the ballgame. Had a shot blocked on the other end, but then got a rebound and was fouled from behind by Kotowicz. That's 2 on Scott, and DeMille Davis checks into the ballgame for Marshall. 5'8" junior guard. As the Owls will set up a 2-2-1 press here in the backcourt. In the middle, Giovanni tries to go up the middle, does so to Conaway, to Kaysen. Bounce pass to Palmer, 2-on-1, lays it up and in. Scott Palmer gets the bucket, and Moberly is back to within 10, 14-4. Here's Davis. To Bodie to the forecourt. Off the Fan, three-point country. Back off the Bodie for a long three. Gets it. Steve Bodie. The Owls are shooting rainbows here at Moberly. It's 17-4 to the forecourt. Conaway has the ball slapped away from behind. Foul called against Joe Abney. Official Brad Chandler making the call. Abney picks up his first. The Owls have 3 team fouls. Everything going Marshall's way here in the early going at Moberly. Strong cross-court pass. Giovanni goes baseline against Bodie. Throws up a runner, no good. Tapped up by Palmer on the rebound. That won't go. And Fan gets the rebound. Baseball pass out to Abney. Is tipped away, but Abney recovers. Now he gets it to the forecourt to Bodie. Off the mark when Keith was in the ball game for the Owls. Here's Bodie for a three-point try. No good, but a foul is called against Giovanni. And let's see if it's a 3 foul shots for Bodie. I think it is going to be 3 shots for Steve. This is about the 4th or 5th time this year that Bodie has gone to the line after being fouled on a three-pointer, and will shoot the 3 shots. First one, good. Well, the Owls are off to a quick start tonight. They lead 18-4. We've got 3:01 left to play in the first quarter. Back in the ball game is Justin Dooley. Bodie's second one is no good. He'll get one more. He's got 4 points in the game. And DeMille Davis will check back in, and Joe Abney will come out. Bodie averaging nearly 14 points a game. Third one from the line is good. So Bodie hits 2 of 3 from the line. And the Owl lead is 19-4. 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Coach Kevin Hart across the way for the Owls, instructing his defense. Here's Dooley over to Asbury in the corner. Cross-court pass is tipped by Fan, stolen by Keith. 2-on-2, gets it off to Davis. The pass a little bit behind DeMille, but he shoots the jumper anyway and hits. Well, the Owls are hitting everything they throw up here in the first quarter. They lead 21-4. And Coach Bill Hagedorn for Moberly wants to get a timeout game for Bill Hagedorn's Spartans, who are down big early. In the backcourt, that's Dooley. Left-hand side to Asbury. Asbury looks cross-court, gets the ball to Dooley in the corner. Palmer. Palmer, cross-court back to Conaway. In the lane, jumper over Fan. Blocked by Eric Fan. That's 2 blocks by Eric and a tip pass here in the early going. Now he leads the break to Bodie. Bodie has a stop stuffed in the lane by Palmer. Fan gets a loose ball, puts up a shot. No good. Rebound back out to Bodie to Keith. And the Owls will reset the offense. Keith off to Bodie. In the corner, Fan fakes the jumper. Off to Bodie, top of the circle, Davis. The Owls looking at 2-1-2 Moberly zone. Keith to Davis, top of the circle. He launches a tray. That's no good. Rebound in the lane by Kaysen. Back off to Conaway. Conaway across the timeline. Bounce pass cross court off to Dooley. Dooley now cross court back to Conaway. Conaway wing left inside to the baseline, puts up a short runner, no good. Rebound tap off of Palmer. It hit a maze of players down there. It went off an Owl player, then hit Conaway, then went off Palmer's knocking out of bounds, and the Owls were inbound with 1:34 left to play in the first quarter. They lead 21-4. Keith gets it into Davis, and he quickly runs it up the court to Abney. Abney, long cross-court pass to Fan, three-pointer, launched, good. Fan's got 10 first-quarter points. That comes Moberly down 24-4. Here's Dooley, top of the circle. Off to Kaysen, inside to Giovanni, then the pass is tipped as he tried to get it back outside to Dooley. Now Giovanni goes down the lane, back off to Kaysen, shot inside. It is partially blocked. They're going to call a foul against Fan. That'll be the first one against Eric. Fan has already had a couple of blocks and a steal or two in this first quarter. 1:06 left to play in the quarter. The Owls lead 24-4. Marshall's had a couple of 30-point periods in this season. Kaysen's having a rough shooting night. He's missed a couple of layups. Now he misses the first one from the line. He'll get one more. Second one good. 24-5. The Owls rush the ball up the floor to the right side over the line. That's DeMille Davis. Off to Abney to DeMille for a three-pointer. Heath puts it up. It's short. Runs down his own rebound in the lane. No good hustle by the Owl junior. Off to Abney. Back to Davis. The Owls are very sharp here in the early going. And they're getting their shots, and for the most part, they're making them. Here's Fan, left-hand side. Doesn't shoot. Off to Davis. The Owls may want to run this thing down to one here. Abney off to Davis. The Fan. That's what they're going to do, it looks like. The Owls pull the offense out. Fan with Davis and Abney, three abreast, about 35, 40 feet away from the bucket. Now Fan fakes the move to the hoop, off to Abney, to Davis. 25 seconds left to play in the quarter. The Owls lead comfortably, 24-5. They're running this set here with 20 seconds left to play in the quarter. Fan cross-court pass to Abney, off to Davis. Now they get it to Abney, and Joe will start the offense. Off to Davis in the corner. He's double-teamed, cross-court Abney. Over to Davis. DeMille launches a three-pointer, no good. In the lane, Fan pulls down the rebound, puts it up and in with 1 second on the clock, and that ends the quarter. Fan has a... Moberly will start the second quarter with the ball moving from right to left. They're down a bunch. Here is Giovanni in the lane to Asbury. Down low against Kotowitz, who's back in the ball game. Shot put up, no good. Never did get to the rim. But Giovanni runs down a loose ball in the lane off the Kaysen. That shot's no good. Palmer crashes the boards along with Keith for the Owls. And Keith picks up the foul for Marshall. That'll be 5 team fouls against the Owls here in the first half with 7:45 still to play in this second quarter. Giovanni will inbound, bounce pass into Dooley, doesn't shoot the three, Fan's right on top of him. In the middle, Kaysen has it, tip pass into Dooley, turns in the lane, throws up a runner, no good, rebound by Kaysen, he gets the loose ball, puts it up off the glass, that won't go. Shea gets another shot at it, misses again from in close, and back come the Owls. Beautiful lead bounce pass to Bodie, who lays it up and in. Bodie's got 7 points, and the Owls are blowing the Spartans away here on their home court. Just over 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Here's a pass tip. Great save by Bodie along the far side. Good hustle by the Owls senior. Off to Keith. To Abney in three-point land. In the middle to Fan. Fan will pop out for a 3. Hits another one. Eric's got 15, and the Owls are eating Moberly alive. It's 31-5. You heard me right. It's 31-5. Here's Kaysen in the middle. Asbury against Kotowitz. Has it all slapped away from behind by Fan. And they're going to say it went off Asbury's leg out of bounds. Sleeper back in the ball game. New player in the game for Moberly. Aaron Brown, the sophomore, will get a chance to play a little bit here. I would imagine everybody will play for Moberly tonight, the way things are going. There's Abney to the forecourt. Walks the ball up the floor to Bodie. In the middle, Abney off to Bodie. Bodie back to Abney, over to Fan in three-point country. Cross-court pass to Bodie in the lane, downstairs. Kotowitz is left alone, puts it up and in. The Owls are running a clinic with their offense right now. Everything they want to do, they're able to do it. 6:20 left to play in the half. Pass to Giovanni down the left-hand side of the lane. Shot put up, no good. Fan picks up the foul. And Eric picks up his second foul. Giovanni at the line for a 2-shot foul. The Owls are still 1 away from being in the bonus situation. First one by Giovanni, spins up there, no good. Well, the Spartans are having a rough night shooting the ball from anywhere, close in, from the foul line, whichever. Giovanni will get one more. It's up. Good. So the sophomore guard hits 1 of 2. That's his first point of the game. And points are hard to come by tonight for the Spartans. It's 33-6. Here's Fan for a 3-point bomb. No good. That's one of the few times the Owls have missed one of those tonight. And back comes Palmer with the rebound off to Dooley. Check it. Giovanni has the basketball in the forecourt. Off to Asbury, 25 feet away from the bucket. Spinning in the lane, shot put up by Brown, no good. Rebound Palmer. Palmer's working hard. His shot is blocked by Fan, gets his own rebound though and puts it back up and in. Scott Palmer has 4 points, and back comes Bodie to the forecourt against Brown, the sophomore. Off to Abney, 2 players go to the deck for it. It's a tied up ball, and it'll be Marshall basketball on the change of possession arrow. Everything going the Owls' way here in the early going. They lead 33-8. Inbound. Here's Abney with it. Off to Kotowitz. To Fan. Fan looks. Gets it off to Abney. Top of the circle. Back to Fan. Fan cross court. Kotowitz puts it up. No good. Rebound tapped out. And back comes the Spartans with it. That's Giovanni as he patted the ball ahead while it was rolling on the floor to the forecourt. Off to Conaway. Now Asbury has it. In the lane, Brown forces up a shot, no good. And Moberly is really forcing a lot of things in the lane. They're getting double teamed instead of finding the open man. They're trying to force a shot to the glass. And now Brown, the sophomore, will come out. And Shea Kaysen comes back in the ball game. Here's Abney. There's 5 minutes left to play in the half. Off to Kotowitz. Fan goes wing left to the corner. Now backs off the dribble. Now gives it up to Abney. They crisscross the passes. Now Fan has it. Baseline right. 15-footer no good. Rebound in the lane. Sleeper put it on the floor, and it was taken away by Kaysen. And back come the Spartans with 4:50 left to play in the first half. Here's Giovanni. Cross-court pass. Conaway to Giovanni. Open from 17. Good. Giovanni hits the jumper, and Moberly is in double figures. 33-10, the Owl lead. Here's Kotowitz off the Fan in the corner. Inside Sleeper, he's double teamed. Kicks it back out to Abney for a 17-footer. Joe can't get it to go. Rebound in the lane, tapped out. Foul called against the Spartans. Let's see who it's against. Foul will be against Kaysen. That's his first. 14 fouls against the Spartans. Abney will come out for Marshall, as will Fan. Keith and Danil Davis check in for Marshall. 33-10, the Owls lead. 4:25 left to play in the half. Bodie inbounds to Davis. To Marklin Keith, top of the circle. They swing it left-hand side. Beautiful pass inside from Bodie to Kotowitz, and then he goes across the lane with it to Sleeper, who missed it, but the Owls get it back, and Marklin Keith feeds Sleeper for an easy one. Max has got 9 in the first half. The Owl lead is again 25. Kaysen to the forecourt, off to Conaway, inside to Brown, who's back in the ball game as he posted up Sleeper and gets it to go down. Aaron Brown, the sophomore, gets his first 2. Here's Keith running to the lane. Foul called against Brown along the baseline. That'll send Markman to the line to shoot a couple. Owls lead 35-12 with 3:54 left to play in this first half. Marshall led early 12-0, and it's been all Marshall since then. Keith misses the first one. He'll get one more from the line. Markman hits the second. The Owls are 4 of 7 from the free throw line here in the first half. Inbounding the basketball will be Justin Dooley, who checks back into the ball game for Giovanni. Cross-court pass to the forecourt to Kaysen in three-point land. Stops the dribble. Off the Dooley. They swing it wing left to Conaway. Back to Dooley in the middle. Off to Kaysen. Kaysen fakes a move to the bucket. To Conaway, left-hand side. Open for a 3, but gives it up to Brown along the baseline. Can't get it to go down. In and out on him. Bad shooting luck for the Spartans continues, and back comes DeMille Davis quickly to the forecourt. Off the Bodie, he traveled. DeMille Davis, they say, traveled before he gave up the ball. That's only 2 turnovers against Marshall. Moberly has 4 here in the first half. To the forecourt with it, Conaway. Off to Kaysen, who launches a 3. Can't get it to go, but a good rebound attempt by Palmer. That tip try is no good, but then Brown got a foul underneath on the tip try after Palmer missed, and boy, Moberly has missed at least half a dozen or more second chance tries close in around the bucket. Get those 5 or 6 shots down. It's a new ball game. Here's a steal in the forecourt by Palmer, Kaysen rather, who goes coast to coast, lays it up. It's good, but they're going to say walk with it. So the Owls turn the ball over, and Moberly returns the favor on the other end. And Joe Abney will come back in the ball game after that turnover. Marklin Keith also comes back in, and Scott Kotowitz will sit down. Abney to the forecourt against a double team, kills the dribble, off to Marklin Keith. The Fan in the corner to Abney, top of the circle. 2-3 Moberly zone. Fan gives it up outside to Abney. In the middle, Keith, high post pass off the Fan, down low. Sleeper's left alone, puts it up and in over Brown. Max has got 11 in the first half. The Owls increase their lead to 38-12. Under 3 minutes left to play in the half. Wing left side. They go inside to Brown. Out to Dooley for a 3-pointer. Count. Justin Dooley hits the tray. That's the first 3-pointer of the game for Moberly. Here's Bodie to Abney. Fakes the 3. Marklin Keith will take it. That won't go down. Bodie on the wing on the right puts up a rebound shot. Won't roll in for him. And Brown gets the rebound. Leads the break to Conaway. 3-on-2. Conaway for a 3. No good. Crashing the boards is Palmer. And he knocked it out of bounds, and the Owls will get it back. Next foul by either team will send the other over the limit. And Marklin Keith will inbound for Marshall. Off to Abney, and the Owl Jr. will walk up to the forecourt with the right-hand dribble. Abney looking at the Moberly defense. Gets it off to Bodie. Back to Abney, top of the circle. They swing it wing left to Fan. Fan 1 dribble, off to Keith in the corner. The Owls rotate their offense around, and now we have a ball knocked out of bounds by Brown along the Moberly bench on the far side. Scott Kotowitz going to come back in the ball game for Marklin Keith with 1:59 left to play in this first half. A great half for the Owls. Here's Abney into Bodie, top of the circle. Bodie looks, gets it off to Abney. Looks inside. Abney takes a dribble or 2. Now kills it off to Fan. Fan back to Abney, top of the circle to Bodie. Bodie off to Kotowitz. Kotowitz looks inside, nothing doing yet. Here's Fan popping open for a baseline jumper from 12, no good. Rebound tapped out, and a foul is going to be called, I think, against Moberly. And that'll send the Owls to the line. Palmer's going to get nailed with the foul. That's his first. And going to the line for a one-on-one opportunity will be Max Sleeper. Sleeper has 11 in the game. Fan leads all scorers with 15. Max from the line hits the first one. Sleeper will get one more. The Owls have led by as many as 26 in this game. Second one, Max doesn't get the roll. It's tapped out by Kodowitz and stolen away by Abney. Great feed inside of Fan, who's left all alone for the easy deuce. Turns into a three-point play for the Owls as Kodowitz got the ball and Fan got a pass from Abney. Now here's a steal by Bodie in the forecourt. Off the Abney trailing the play, and Joe lays it up and in. Abney gets his first two of the night, and the Owls have got 43 points. Joe, averaging over 17 a game, gets his first two of the night. The Owls have really distributed the ball well this evening. Now an offensive foul against Kaysen as he tried to run over Sleeper going to the hoop. He did, but picked up the charge, and the Owls will get it back on the foul by Kaysen. That's his second. It'll be a non-shooting foul. And Marquand Keith will inbound for Marshall with 1:05 left to play in the half. Let's see if the Owls play for one here or just go ahead and... Nope, they're going to play for one, as they did in that first quarter. Here's Bodie, cross-court pass to Abney as Moberly's Conaway put on some pressure. Bodie got rid of it. Now gets a return pass, but back outside to Abney, off to DeMille Davis. To Abney, way out high between the two rings to Bodie. Back to Abney. Abney near the timeline, dribbles the ball into the floor with the right hand. 35 seconds left to play in the half. Off to Abney. Abney looks at the Moberly defense, which has been rather leaky to say the least here in this first half. Here's DeMille Davis to Abney. Abney off to Bodie. Back to Abney. Inside of 20 seconds left to play in the half. DeMille Davis to Abney. Now the Owls will start the offense with 12 seconds left to play in the half. Abney calling out some instructions. 7 seconds left to play in the half. Off to Bodie for a long three-pointer over Asbury. It's too long, no good. Rebound by Kaysen, and that ends the half. For Marshall, Giovanni to start this second half. Wing right side off to Palmer. Palmer off to Giovanni. They swing it left-hand side. Top of the circle. For Conaway's three-pointer, it's short in the lane. Abney had the rebound but lost it. And Giovanni gets it back for Moberly. Over to Asbury, wing right side. He threw it right into the hands of Abney. Lead pass to Bodie. Off to the races of Steve Bodie. Lays it up and in. So Bodie has 9 points in the game, and the Owls get on the board first to start this quarter and lead by 30. 45-15. 7:25 left to play in the half. Here's a shot, or in the third quarter. Shot put up by Palmer, no good. Back comes Bodie. He walked with it. Steve couldn't get a handle on it and turned the ball over, and the Owls trying to run the break. Turn the ball over. That's only 4 turnovers in the ball game against Marshall. And here's Conaway, walks the ball up the floor, up to Giovanni. Giovanni had to field a tough bounce pass. Here's Conaway in the middle. Palmer off to Giovanni for a jumper, side of the lane, good. Nick Giovanni hits the jumper, and he's got 5 in the game. And back comes Conaway with it. Conaway down the lane, lays it up and in. And back comes Bodie. Bodie for a three-point try, good. Well, Bodie squelches that short 4-point run by Moberly, and back comes Kaysen inside to Asbury, high arcing jumping over Sleeper, good. Asbury gets his first 2, and quickly we go back down the floor. Here's Fan for a left-handed layup try on a pass, no good. And the Owls break the pressure, and back comes Conaway. Pass inside, tipped up by Kaysen, no good. Recovered by Palmer, he lost it. Giovanni recovers it. His players are strewn all over the lane. There's Conaway. Off to Palmer inside, can't get the roll. Kaysen on the offensive rebound. He missed another one of those. Here's Palmer, though, crashing the boards and fills the lane and puts it up and in. Back come the Owls. Abney steps up for a three on the pass from Bodie. No good. Rebound Palmer in the lane as the teams race back up and down the court. Here's Conaway. Tried to force a pass inside to Kaysen. Stolen away and back come the Owls. Here's Bodie. He tried to save it inbounds. Did so, but Conaway picks it up from Moberly. Back comes Conaway. Bounce pass to Giovanni in the lane. Lays it up and in. Back and forth we go. Here's Abney. Off the Bodie. Timeout going to be called by the Owls. So Marshall led by 30, but quickly Moberly has cut the tied or you were losing. And that's what Coach Kevin Hart wants to do. He doesn't want to have any bad habits going into Saturday's ball game. You want to concentrate and work on that defense, and I think that's what he was talking about there during the timeout. The Owls come back out. Here's Abney to Bodie. Off to Abney. Fakes the jumper. Now goes inside the foul line. Can't get it to go. Kodowitz working hard on the offensive glass. He can't get his foul shot to go down, and back comes Moberly. Giovanni to the timeline. Crosses it now with the left-hand dribble. Gives up the basketball to Conaway. Wing left side, Kaysen. Underneath, we've got a couple of players going at it. Abney and I think Aaron Brown were mixing it up. And Abney picks up the foul away from the ball. That's his second. First team foul against either side here in this third quarter. There's Brown, lob pass out to Conaway, inside Kaysen, back off Giovanni. To Conaway against Abney. Conaway is working the point in this second half and not Giovanni. Giovanni goes baseline, nice drive as the Owls lead up the baseline, and the sophomore put it in with the left hand. Then he looks like he might be a player for this Spartan program down the road. Here's Bodie in three-point land. Bodie inside the sleeper. The ball was kicked out of bounds by Conaway. 4:37 left to play in this third quarter. Giovanni's got 6 points in this third period. Bodie will inbound. The Owl lead is 21. Here's Markin Keith off to Abney. A better defensive effort to this point in this third quarter by Moberly than in the first half. Here's Bodie off to Keith. Kodowitz is out of the ball game now for the Owls. Here's Abney to Bodie. Over to Fan. Fan to Keith. High post for a short jumper. No good. Missed everything. Sleeper tries to save it. Does so, but it goes to a Moberly player. And then Conaway trying to save the pass that Kaysen released in front of the Owl bench, and he couldn't do so, and the Owls get it back. Asbury will come out of the ball game. Well, he was going to check in and then had to come back out. So the Owls will inbound. Bodie gets it into Sleeper. Off to Abney. Abney to Fan. Pops out for a three over Giovanni. That's no good. Abney gets the rebound, though, in the lane. Puts up a shot. Foul is called. And let's see who this is on. It's going to be against Moberly. And it will be against Aaron Brown. Brown has 3 fouls, although he's played sparingly in the ballgame. Now Justin Dewey will check into the game for Moberly. And Kaysen will come out. O'Shea's had a rough night. Abney at the stripe for a couple. First one is up. Good. Abney will get one more. And the Owls break a short Moberly run here. Abney hits them both. He's got 4 in the game. The Owl lead again is 23. We're midway through the third quarter. Giovanni crosses the timeline, off to Conaway, double team in the corner, back to Giovanni. The Owls go to a bit of a trapping type of a defense here. Still playing that zone, though. Cross-court pass. Dooley's open for a jumper over Fan. No good. Rebound. Sleeper comes down with it for the Owls and clears the path off to Abney. Bounce pass to the forecourt. Right side to Bodie. Dribbles to the three-point line. Shoots the tray and hits it. Steve Bodie has 3 threes in the game, as does Eric Fan for the Owls. Bodie's got 15 points now in the ball game. Here's a pass cross-court tipped away by the Owls, and Julie lets it goes out of bounds. And he'll inbound. DeMille Davis, before he can get the ball from the official, comes in for Abney. The Owls have a 26-point advantage. 3:16 left to go in the game. Top of the circle is Dooley with it. Now back inside Palmer. Splits the double team. Puts up the jumper. Count the bucket. And Palmer will go to the line to try and complete the three-point play. Let's see who gets the foul. They call it against Markman Keith. That time one of Moberly's players, this time Palmer, forced one up and got it to go down. They've been doing that a lot tonight. Palmer gets the free throw, and he leads the Moberly club in scoring tonight, along with Giovanni with 9 points apiece. Here's a pass inside to Sleeper. Steal attempt by Palmer doesn't work. The Sleeper gets the ball back and puts it in off the glass. Max has got 14 to the three-point line. Giovanni throws up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Fan, high over the rim to get the ball, and back come the Owls. Fan runs to the forecourt, down the baseline, inside pass to Sleeper. He's double-teamed. Before Max can put up the shot, he's fouled by Palmer. And then the Owls will inbound underneath their own bucket. For Palmer, that's 2 fouls. Bodie will inbound. Kaysen is going to come back in the ballgame for Moberly. And Giovanni will come out. Neither one of these teams sport a lot of size. 6'1", 6'2" is about as tall as any of the players in the rosters go. Left-hand side, Bodie fakes the three, back out the Fan. Eric will shoot a tray, no good. Rebound tapped around. Markman Keith's over the back of Aaron Brown and picks up the foul. That's 3 team fouls against Marshall in this third quarter. That's 3 on Markman Keith in the ballgame. Max Sleeper will come out of the ballgame. Bodie comes out. DeMille Davis and Joe Abney, or rather Chris Kotowitz, comes back in. To the forecourt with it is Dooley. Inside, Brown for a turnaround jumper. Gets the roll. Aaron Brown turned around from the foul line, got it to go down. The sophomore's got 4. Back comes DeMille Davis. Cross-court pass Keith to Abney for a 3. Won't go down. Rebound in the lane, tapped around. Kaysen had it, lost it. DeMille Davis comes up with it for Marshall. Davis off to Abney. Abney took a look at Kotowitz trying to post Palmer up inside. Now the Owls bring the offense out a little bit. Here's DeMille Davis dribbling against Conaway. Goes between the legs, off to Kotowitz in the corner. Scott goes baseline, blows around Palmer, misses the layup, and Kaysen gets the rebound for Moberly. Off to Brown on three-point land, back off to Dooley. Bounce pass, wing right side Kaysen. He's double-teamed, tries to go inside. The pass is tipped away by Kotowitz. Good D by the Owls. Back comes Abney to Davis in the lane, gets away from the man, tries to give it off to Kotowitz. Jump ball, they say, and the arrow is pointing in the direction of the Owls. Davis thought he was fouled, and he may have been by Palmer, who flew by him. Davis ducked. Palmer got a hand on Davis, but no foul was called. The officials let it go. And Markman Keith now will check out of the ball game, along with Eric Fan for the Owls. And Bodie comes back in along with Sleeper. Here's a three-point try by Davis, no good. And back comes Moberly. Conaway leads the break. Goes coast to coast, lays it up, no good. But a blocking foul is called on Kotowitz. Boy, Conaway came a long way to pick up that blocking foul. Kotowitz has 3 in the game. And Fan and Keith quickly check back in for Marshall. With 1:18 left to play in this third quarter, Marshall built up a 28-point halftime lead and have cruised here in the third quarter. They still lead 55-32 with 1:18 on the clock. First one by Conaway, good. Pat Conaway has 3 points in the game. He'll get 1 more from the line. Second one rolls around, no good. Rebound in the lane, taken down by Keith. Back comes Keith, 2-on-1. Bounce past the Fan, lays it up, but we got a foul. Oh, we're going to have walking call on Markman Keith. So the Owls turn the ball over, and Moberly will get it back. Dooley will bring it up. Justin Dooley, a 6-foot senior against Bodie. Off to Conaway, high post pass Brown. He's bumped, no call. And he tried to get the ball off to Kaysen as he was going down. And then Kaysen lost his footing. And the ball rolls out of bounds, and the Owls get it back. 11 turnovers in the game against the Spartans. Here's Abney over the timeline. Abney back off the Bodie. Under a minute left to play in the third quarter. Off the sleeper, off the Fan. Fan to the three-point line, off the Abney. The Owls looks like they're going to play for one again. Off the Bodie, it's tipped away, but Conaway can't get to the pass. Here's Fan in three-point line, dribbling on outside, off to Abney. Abney goes inside the three-point line, into Sleeper, who's left all alone, and Max just lays it up and in. Well, the Owls got a layup, decided to take it with 30 seconds left to play in the quarter, and they lead by 24. Here is the pass inside to Asbury, slapped away by Keith, and they're going to call over and back on the Owls. And so Marshall had a chance to increase their lead there, but turned it over, and Moberly gets it back to the forecourt. Conaway has it. Conaway, long skip pass to Kaysen against Keith. Almost walk, goes skip pass again to Conaway, who throws up a three. It's short. In the lane, rebound pulled down by Fan. Back come the Owls. Fan with 6 seconds. 5, 4, off to Keith for a three-pointer. No good, but Mark will go to the line for 3 shots as he was fouled on the way up. With 3 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Fan led the break, gave it up to Keith, who was open for a three-point shot. It was no good, but Kaysen fouled him. And that's 3 on Shea Kaysen, and Keith will be at the line for 3 free throws. Markland hits the first one. Second one good. He'll get one more, try and complete the hat trick here. Third one doesn't go down. 2 seconds. 1. Conaway heaves one towards the Moberly bucket. It's no good. And that ends. The Owls are getting into a groove shooting the basketball, and what a good time of the year to do that. Once we get into February, you want to shoot well, do everything well. Moberly inbounds to start this fourth quarter. Inside the pass to Asbury. Had it, lost it, now puts it on the floor, shoots it. It's no good. Rebound in the lane. Giovanni puts it up and in. Nick Giovanni has had a good second half for Moberly. He's got 8 points in his second half, has 11 in the game. Here's Abney, pulls up for a 3, gets the roll. You don't see that too often. Usually the three-pointer is so far out, you don't get one of those rolls on the rim, but Joe got one. A good soft touch, and the Owls lead by 27. Now a pass eludes Giovanni and goes to the backcourt, and it will be over and back, and the Owls will get it back. It's 7:23 on the clock to our right. The Owls have led by as many as 30 in the game. They have a 27-point bulge right now. Abney to Mark and Keith, the Fan. Fan against Kaysen. Drives on Kaysen to the baseline now. Cuts off the dribble. Back to Abney. The Bodie in three-point line. Off to Sleeper. To Abney. Left-hand side of the lane against Palmer. The Fan, who pops out for a three-point try. No good. Rebound in the lane, Giovanni. Giovanni leads the break for Moberly. Lead pass for Asbury, and Carl couldn't catch up with it. And it goes out of bounds, and the Owls get it back. That's 13 turnovers in the ball game for Moberly. Keith will inbound to Abney. And the Owls try and increase their lead. Abney spins past Brown. What a move to the hole. Puts it up and in. Abney took the sophomore to lunch that time. Here's Kaysen to the baseline. What a move by Joe Abney. Top of the circle. Off to Conaway for a bomb from way out, and he nails it. Pat Conaway's been throwing up those threes, and he finally gets one to go down. He's got 6 in the game. Here's Abney. Low post of Sleeper. Sleeper turns. Back off to Keith. Keith drives the lane. Foul against Kaysen as Keith was slashing to the bucket. And that'll be 4 on Shea Kaysen. New player in the ball game for Moberly. That's Justin Dooley. And also coming into the fray will be Deron Wilson, a 5'9" sophomore. Inbounding the ball. Bodie gets it into Fan. Fan with the left hand. Blew the way up. And back comes Moberly. Dooley to the forecourt to Wilson. Down low. Beautiful pass to Brown, who had to hang in the air as Bodie was flying by to try and get a piece of the ball. And Brown gets it to go down. Aaron's got 6 points in the game. Here's Keith. The Fan looking low post to Sleeper. Nice lob pass over Palmer, and Sleeper puts it up and in. Max has got 18. That's a season high for him, as the big man is doing well tonight for the Owls. And then here's a pass inside as Palmer gets it to go down. Now Palmer is in double figures. He's got 11 for Moberly. Inside now, Palmer slaps the ball away, and it's stolen away, but then Palmer trying to get out on the break after he slapped it away to Conaway, bumped Conaway, and Conaway traveled as he moved the pivot foot. So the teams trade turnovers, and Abney gets the inbounds pass, shoots over 2 men and hits. Joe Abney has 11 points in the game, 9.5, and the Owls lead by 26 with 5:29 left to play in the ball game. Wing right side, Deron Wilson, bounce pass top of the circle to Dooley, cross court Conaway, goes inside, Brown spins in the lane over Sleeper and hits. Aaron Brown has 8 points. He looks like he's going to be a player in the future for Bill Hagedorn. Here's a three-point try by Fan, and Eric nails it. He's got 20 in the game, his first points of this second half. Brown goes baseline against Markman Keith, and Markman picks up the foul. That'll be 4 on him. And we have 4:59 left to play in the ball game. So the Owls will go to 11-6 on the season and wait for the Hannibal Pirates to come calling Saturday night. It'll be a 7:20 pregame. And that game will be on AM and FM. Inbounding the ball is Giovanni, back in the ball game to Asbury. Asbury throws a screen for Giovanni. Now he gives the ball back inside to Brown. Bounce pass top of the circle to Dooley. Tried to get the ball inside to Asbury. It's stolen away by Kodowitz. Nice lead pass for DeMille Davis, who lays it up and in. Kodowitz with the steal and then the assist, and Davis got the bucket on the other end. Beautiful pass by Scott Kodowitz. Here's Deron Wilson trying to move towards the hoop and lost the handle on it, but they're going to say the Owls knocked it out of bounds. Kaysen comes back in for Dooley. Marshall leads by 29. Their biggest lead has been 30. Wilson's left alone on the inbounds pass and gets a kind bounce off the rim and gets it to go down. So the sophomore gets his first 2. There's Abney. Goes to the hole. Lays it up with the left hand. No good. Foul called against Moberly. And the foul is called on the Spartans, Carl Asbury. That's his first. Carl, of course, all-conference center for the Moberly Ball Club this year, Moberly football team. Abney misses the first one. He'll get one more. Second one, good. Carl, of course, is the son of Ken Asbury, who is the head football coach here for the Spartans. So Abney makes 1 of 2. The Owl lead is 28. Now a steal by Kodowitz in the forecourt, and back comes DeMille Davis over the timeline. Down inside to Kodowitz, who spun. Probably should have shot it, but did anyway and got it to go down. Scott Kodowitz with the steal on one end and the bucket on the other. Back comes Wilson with it. Off to Giovanni, double team. Down low, Brown over Fan, puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for. A couple of players touched it, and it will be Moberly who knocks it out of bounds, the official says. And the Owls have their biggest lead back at 30 points. Referee Rusty Bell made the call, saying Moberly knocked the ball out of bounds last. Back come the Owls. Kodowitz up to DeMille Davis. Just under 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. A rather snappily played contest here tonight at Moberly. Here's Brad Ewert in the ball game now for the Owls, holding the ball outside of Kodowitz. Over to Davis, fakes the 3. Here's Fan. Eric won't fake it. He'll shoot it. Puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Wilson. Wilson over the timeline. Bounce pass right-hand side. Giovanni shoot. Well, faked the shot. Tried to go back inside to Brown. Lost the handle on it. And it's saved, but it's saved inbound to the Owls. Here's Davis. Davis spins in the lane. Down low to Ewert. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Kodowitz. Scott has hammered trying to go up. And he'll shoot 2 from the line. Aaron Copeland will now check in for Marshall. Copeland and Ewert played in the JV game, which the Owls won here earlier tonight. Eric Fan will check out of the ball game. Bodie is out. Sleeper is out. Danelle Davis inbounds. I thought it was going to be a shooting foul. They're going to say Kotowicz was fouled on the floor and not in the act of shooting. So the Owls inbound. Here's Brad Ewert going to the hole. Puts up a shot, no good. And back comes Moberly. Long lead pass to Wilson against Kotowicz. Fakes the shot. The Owls did a good job getting back on D. Now the pass is thrown away by Abney. The Kotowicz back to Abney. Goes to the hole. Lays it up and in. Abney's got 14, 12 in this half. The Owls lead by 32. Here's Giovanni. Off to Conaway, way out high, guarded by Abney. Comes inside the three-point line, dribbles in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Palmer, jump hook, that won't go down. Rebound, Aaron Copeland. Bounce pass to Ewert, off to Danelle Davis. 3-on-3. Davis, left-hand dribble, shoots over Conaway and gets it. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Owls are shooting on the night. They have been firing up bombs from all over the place. Now here's a bad pass by Wilson. It's saved, but it's saved to Abney, who'll take it to the hole, lays it up, and in. I think Abney wanted to give it up, but the player, Wilson, was cutting off the passing lane, so Abney just took it to the hoop and laid it up and in. And Coach Kevin Hart calls a timeout, but only for a moment, to regroup over there for a moment and make a player change or two. And the Owls have all their starters out of the ball game now, so they're going to go with Marklin Keith, Davis, Grant Fitzgerald in the game for the Owls, another JV player, along with Ewert and Copeland. Down the lane, Giovanni, the sophomore, puts up a jumper from Moberly, no good. Palmer working the offensive glass, gets it down. Scott Palmer has 13 in the game tonight. And back comes Danelle Davis. The Owls lead by 34. Here's Marklin Keith for a launches a three and nails it. Doesn't matter who the Owls have in there tonight. They are launching them from all over the place. Here's Wilson, off to Conaway, off to Wilson. He steps back at the three-point line. Now he spins past Copeland, lays it up. Nice move by the sophomore. And a foul is called against the Owls, and Wilson will go to the line for a couple. The Owls lead this game by 37 points. Aaron Brown will check back in the game. Giovanni will come out. Oh, it's hard to believe Rock Ridge only beat this Moberly team by a dozen. Not taking anything away from the Spartans, but Wilson misses the first one. It's just hard to believe, but the Owls probably haven't shot this good in a ball game all year. And they haven't made a whole lot of layups. A lot of them have been jumpers from the outside. Wilson hits one of two. Then back comes the Owls. Keith overthrows Fitzgerald, who tried to recover in the backcourt, and the Owls turn it over. The Owls have 10 turnovers in the ball game. Moberly has turned the ball over 16 times, but it's really been the Owls shooting, which has shredded this Spartan defense in the ball game. Here's Wilson, goes inside a steal attempt by Davis. Long lead pass now by Copeland and Davis, who misses the layup. Keith puts up a shot, no good. Ewert gets a try. He can't get it down. Brad for a fourth try, no good. Keith in the lane, lost it. Was he fouled? We're going to say Glasgow Brunswick game. That will go back to that ball game with Hobby King after this one wraps up. Keith hits them both from the foul line. Inside lob pass for Palmer, knocked away by Copeland. The game is Palmer between the Wildcats and the Yellow Jackets. Palmer, who's got 15 points, but the Owls just too many guns tonight, and I mean big guns. Here's Davis to Fitzgerald, top of the circle, off to Ewert. Ewert over to Davis, drives the lane, goes up with the right hand, and lays it up and in. The timeline, that's Wilson with it. 30 seconds left to play in the ball game. Wilson against Davis, back off to Conaway, throws up about a 40-footer and hits it. I mean, Conaway threw it up from the hash mark, folks, and he got it to go down. Now we have a play on the inside as Copeland hits the deck and a foul is called. Conaway with 9 points. I mean, free throw by Copeland, and when it's up, off the front iron, no good. Tapped up by Keith, no good. Ewert got a hand on the third try, and him and Palmer combined to knock away with one more crack at it here. 10 seconds. Wilson drives the lane, lost it on the way up. Davis will take it to the forecourt, to the three-point line, launches one up, no good. Ewert on the rebound, no good, and that ends the ball game. Marshall wins big time tonight at Moberly.